Hey, welcome to another episode of Motors and Meats. Today we're working on Bradley's Porsche 911 996. It's a 2000 model. The alternator was not charging like it should, so we got a new one, we put it in, and of course we broke something because that's how things happen. Anyway, stick around and check it out. Under the hood of Bradley's car today, and we need to change out his alternator. So when you're changing out the alternator, the biggest trouble spot is going to be this right here. This bolt, it goes through a bushing in the back, and you have to take off this pulley and then put this bolt back in a few threads and then tap on that to drive that bushing back, and only then can you get it out. So I've got this pulley off, and we put this bolt back in just a little bit, and we went ahead and took out the other one. So now all we need to do is tap on this, and that should, in theory, if that's loose enough, drive that bushing back right there. Now you risk mushrooming this out right here if you have to bang on it too much. And that was to the point I was whenever I did mine about 6 months ago to change out the oil filler tube. But like once this thing comes loose, it just pops right up, and that's it. But oh, it's loose already. It's loose already. All right, so if you can look right back in there, whenever I wiggle it, you can see it's trying to come back like Whenever I did mine, I worked on it for hours before I was able to get it to move that much. So that's a good sign. If it doesn't just come free, then that's where the two sets of hand thing is going to come in, because we'll need to wiggle and twist at the same time.
All right.
Let's look at the new one and see where the plugs are. All right, so the plugs on the alternator in the back side, you've got one here, and then you've got one that screws in right here. So that's what we've got to get out. Keep doing that. Almost. Oh. Let me see. Oh! Oh! For more tips, for more tips, like and subscribe, and cheers. All right, but for real, we broke something, so we stopped recording that part. So part 2 of this video, as I'm sure the title is going to tell you, is replacing this hose down here. You see that coupling, which I will zoom in on right there. Yeah, that snapped off from that coupling right there. So I think that you have to get this whole hose piece. Oh, look, see the coolant coming out? Anyway, it didn't spill all the coolant. It only spilled what was in that little hose. So that's good. It won't take but a little bit to top it off. To be continued. I know I didn't get to show you that. I'm sorry. I know there's other videos you can watch that do show it. But the point to emphasize here is the part circled, this ear on the front that the bolt goes through. You need to apply downward pressure on that side in order for the ears to rotate downward past the bracket. Like the entire alternator needs to rotate clockwise so that the ear on the back side will not be in a bind. You have to press down on this spot right here. Round 2, we're back at Bradley's house. Here's what we're replacing. This is the hose, and this is actually the part that broke off right here. Let's look inside here. You can see that it goes right into that, and Bradley just finished picking the old bits of that adapter out of there. Right here's the hose piece that we're going to replace. It connects to the bottom of the reservoir and then goes down underneath connects here, and then connects one more place up a little higher that maybe you can see right there. We'll take this off the water pump first. There we go. So once we get that squeezed, we can just see it throw sparks. That's crazy. We just slide it up onto the water pump or back onto the hose, whichever makes the most sense. And I don't think I have it quite off of there yet, so we'll go back this way with it. All right, so it's totally free now. We'll have to get that off because we'll need it for the new hose. I don't think it came with new clamps. That's okay. And the coolant's not hot at all because, you know, the car's just been sitting, so you just kind of press on it a lot and it will eventually start to come loose. Sometimes you have to stick something in there like a screwdriver to break the seal. Yeah, that'd be good. Had too many beers, gotta break the seal. All right, it's starting to move around a bit now. Once you get it to where it'll twist, it'll come on off. And since it's opened up top, that's why you're seeing that coolant come down the hose there. Oh, I see coolant coming out of this now. There we go.
So just for the record, I've been coming out and hosing this off every single day and night.
Oh, the asphalt, the concrete here?
Yeah, I'm not worried about my concrete. We have a ton of cats in here. And I don't even know if this is the safe one or not, but I'm not taking any chances.
All right, so we'll let that finish draining out. We won't have to worry about the hose, but it'll come out of the water pump for a little while longer.
Okay.
So there's another hose end right up here. If you look at the new one, to compare, we just pulled this off. Next, we're going to go up a little higher and pull that off.
Now, what does that, the smaller, higher one go to?
It's a return pipe. It's just, I'm not sure what it's
that's right, that's right. It said that when I was ordering it.
Let me see. There's the clamp. Okay, yeah, it's let loose now. Okay, there, I got the clip completely off now. We can work on pulling it. Well, that was annoying.
I got some goggles too.
Yeah, we might need them. I'll cut off this whole end of this hose here just to have it out of the way. Obviously being careful not to cut the hoses that we are keeping.
I also have a suture kit inside.
A suture kit, that's good because...
I'm just kidding, I'm not licensed to do that.
Well, you might have to anyway. Okay. That out of the way. Now, I think I should be able to pull on this thing, twist it the way it needs to go. So it's connected to a metal pipe.
Yeah, the return.
So I'm just going to slit it down the side of this and peel it back. Okay. There we go. Now it's loose. The last thing holding it on is all the way up top at the tank. See if you can take a look in here. So we got to get to this clamp right here. We're going to squeeze that off, and then this hose will come off from the bottom of the reservoir. Getting to that one's going to be tricky. Oop. Had it. I finally got it on there though, so that's encouraging.
You know, we saw the alternator with the Michelob Ultra. I can definitely go get one of those.
Oh my gosh, that would be magical.
Let me see if I can get a hand in there.
Yeah, try that. See. All right. Oh. All right, you can move your hand back now. Hopefully, I can get this to move without it popping loose again. Now the hand's cramping. Can we give it a go?
Yeah, man, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, see the dilemma.
All right, Bradley figured it out. Yeah, you have to kind of come in from up top. Oh, listen to that. Somebody sounds good. You have to set your pliers in back here first. Get them into position and squeeze, and while you're squeezing, grab the hose and pull. So it's out. And one other thing I want to show you is the routing. You want to make sure that you run this hose back in the right way. So it looks like it goes just past the motor mount, just past this big pipe, and then straight on down out the bottom there. So when you bring the new one back in, just go back in the same way and you'll be golden. All right, so this is the one we cut off just to compare it to the new hose. I get down here, everything looks good and right. Some of the pieces could be, and I've read that they could be a little bit longer than the original one, so we slit this one. It looks like it might be a tad longer, but then come on up here to this end and you can see there's this difference right here. Now, everybody that I'm reading on all the different forums says that you can make that work, but it's just to be aware that instead of being straight, it's got this bend to it. So let's see how that goes. You can see it goes behind the exhaust pipe, just past the block, up past the motor mount right here, and then it'll rotate into position where this lines up with this right here. Gotcha. This lining up with the pipe that we took it off of, wherever it is, right here. So there's one attached. There we go, that one popped on. And this water pump, come over here and take a look at this. Right here, the water pump has, at the neck where this attaches, the water pump has a little notch right there, so you know when you've slid it up enough. So we're on there now. Careful not to break our new part. There we go, there we go. All right, this comes back under this way and back under the fuel line. And this slops right back into place. Look at that. Works fine. Works fine, no need to trim anything. And then this piece right here slides back onto there. Yep. And I believe we have a small hose clamp for it. We do. Somewhere. And that's it. So the only thing left to do at this point is put on the hose clamps, put the coolant back in, and let the coolant circulate, because that's going to take a minute to make sure that that we have enough back in there. We know we have enough because we captured it all here, so we can make sure that we copy this amount going back in, other than the amount that we lost over the last week while we were waiting on this part to come in. So we'll get close with this, and then we'll top it off after we let the thermostat open. Well, there you have it, folks. The worst possible instructional video you've ever seen in your entire life. I guess really the point, the takeaway on this is that just keep trying, you know, keep working at it. There's always more resources out there. If you goof something up, there's always a way to fix it, make it better. Anyway, it's fixed now, it's working, and we know what to do next time. So if you want us to break your car too while trying to fix it, hit us up. We're in Mississippi. Swing by, we'll see what we can do. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button for more terrible, terrible ideas.